What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So my shop is a wreck tonight, so I'm going to be working on it, trying to clean it up. So I just want to show you guys a couple things that I bought. This right here is a mount for the CB radio antennas. This came as part of a kit. Now when I first bought it, I thought it was cool. It was stainless steel. It was the latest and greatest. So if you guys take a look at it, it is really not that good of a design. We'll give you guys something good to look at. Just kidding. So as you look, you can see how this part, is obviously bent because it's supposed to clamp onto the mirror. And this used to be flat, but you can see how it's bent now. And it's just kind of flimsy. It's not a very good design. So I'm going to show you what I replaced it with. Alright, so here's what I bought to replace it. They're made by Wilson. They don't come in any kit or anything like that, but I did buy these to replace the ones that I bought. And if you look, they even have like little serrated teeth. And it's rounded on both edges, so it really clamps onto that mirror. And it's just a way, way, way better design. And the antennas are much more sturdy. And so I just would recommend these. I'm going to show you guys how I put them on. It's really not a big deal. It's nothing to be like, oh, check this out. But I like these way more. I'm just wrapping up today. I just pulled in. I had one of my antenna mounts break up here. And when I first bought these mounts, I thought they were cool. They're stainless steel. They're whatever. And it kind of completed the look of the truck because I love symmetrical stuff. That's one of the reasons why I love the 389. Pretty much any of the 3 Series Peterbilts, they have like the square nose like this. Almost everything about the truck is symmetrical. This is symmetrical. This gauge cluster right here is symmetrical. You got breathers on both sides. As you guys can tell, if you look at my old red Chevy that I built, it's got symmetrical stacks. You guys can see the antennas on my Denali kind of back there. It's got 2 of them. So that's why I put both of the antennas on this truck. I ran all the wiring through. I had all this torn apart. And these have just been a little pain in the butt since day one. So I finally found a way better base. I thought those ones were cool back in the day. I bought them as a kit. But if you guys look, these are made by Wilson. And they are aluminum, but they are much more stout. And so we're going to go ahead and put these on. And I think they're going to turn out good. Let's see. Also, it's hard to tell, but the bolts are just a smidge bigger. I'm already liking this way more, and I'm not even done installing it. Looks so much better. Now, it does only say Wilson on one side, and I think I'm going to want to see that, so I'm going to point it towards me. And then you just tighten up this guy right there, and it should stay put. So this is the one that broke off. We got a lot of trees out here that grow over in the roadways because California is awesome like that. This is what the actual mount looks like when it's still in the box. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this guy out. And of course I dropped it in it, and it's probably in like the worst place possible. I heard it hit that. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. There's the mount. All we gotta do is put the antenna back on. Oh, I forgot to take that base off. Put you on the truck. Alright, just gotta tighten these up. I'll get them with a wrench later, but that about does it. And there they are, got the double antennas again. This one is missing the little rubber piece on the top. I do have a new one in my house. I gotta go home and grab it. But that about wraps it up. I got the new Wilson antenna mounts, and they are way better than the old junky ones that I had. So that about wraps this part of the video up. We're gonna go ahead and jump into taking apart the rest of that 12 valve. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start taking apart this guy. Shouldn't take us very long. I'm gonna say we can do it in less than an hour. Let's get going.
And we got root off.
722. Here we go.
What size are you using?
This is a 13 millimeter.
13, that's unheard of.
This is the water pump. Let me go get a hammer. That's a lot.
Got it.
Keep in mind, guys, this motor has 500,000 miles on it and was probably neglected the last half of its life.
I kicked it.
Okay.
Pretty sure I got it on film.
Still good. Part number 1.
Still put a new one on.
Yeah. Stick the bolts back in.
That's always smart.
Because odds are this block's going to go to Texas.
Tejas for our friends in the South. Tejano. Snap.
Oh, that'd be the worst. That would suck.
Looks like we're going to have a 14 in there now.
Looks like we're done for the night. You can just intermittent.
A sweet Milwaukee tool set.
And this guy back up.
Why are you taking those out?
Because this whole cover's coming out.
Oh, right.
We're going to take the oil pump out.
For a nice seafood dinner.
And then never call again. This is what the oil pump looks like. It's actually really cool looking.
Ooh,
See how that works?
the heck? It's like a rotary engine.
Almost. See how there's like 5 stars or 5 points on the outer ring, and then there's only 4 on the inside. Anyways, part number 2.
Those aren't torque very tight.
Okay. This is definitely not the right tool for this, but I can't find it and we're in a hurry. Yeah, like typically you guys need a puller for this, but you know,
Whoa!
I'm just that good. Okay, so that's the injection pump right here. Next, this guy's kind of the bear. You got to heat this up and pull it off. That's all that holds it in place. Is heat. Isn't that wild?
Jeez.
So you grab a torch. All right, here we go. This is the one. Baby, woo!
Money.
Yep. Okay, that was the hard. This is the hardest part to get off. As soon as this comes off, the rest of it's easy. Alright, this next piece coming off is the power steering pump and the vacuum pump. Oh. This is the 4th piece. This is the power steering pump. Yep. Not today.
I'll get that big one.
There's the turbo. Oh, I forgot about the drain.
Uh-oh.
The turd leaker. Ah, my hands. Part number 5? Yeah, is that what it is? Save that for later. Don't think we'll need the block heater ever. Okay, so I've never had like a 1st gen Cummins with an automatic transmission, so I'm just wondering for any Cummins gurus out there. Is this stock or is this aftermarket? I'm pretty sure it's aftermarket, but I don't know for sure.
It says heat transfer.
Yeah, it says McCord Heat Transfer Corporation.
Or maybe a custom order from the dealer.
Regardless, it's not going back on.
Gold comes spewing out of it. What? Watch, they're super rare and like worth a ton of money.
Then it's for sale. Time for fast stuff again.
This is where the real fun begins.
Yeah.
That was fun.
It'd be really cool if we were so rich that we just had like 20 of these hanging from the ceiling. And each,
wherever you're
like
at.
it had like 14 spray painted on us. You're just like, oh, I need 14.
Tool.
Yeah, because then you wouldn't have to be like constantly switching back and forth. Ow. You know. That's why I like the Mexican speed wrench so much. Come on. Oh, I forgot the ground. Chinese food.
Chinese food. Cheese music.
There's the little baby Alta. Oh, what else is connected?
D's. Uh-oh.
Air conditioning. Probably never get that again.
That just steals your power.
Let go. All right. This hose is trash.
Custom. Busting out the big guns.
Almost. Screw you. Ow! To be honest with you, I don't even know if this truck will have a heater.
So it's not going to be a pleasant ride.
I don't know. We'll see. What do we do? Ooh, sparks.
And she's up.
Oh, it's heavy.
It's so dinky looking.
I know.
When you compare it to the headers on the 454.
That poor motor.
This will go in El Camino.
It needs some loving. I got friends who want it.
I have it.
Okay. All right.
Anybody need a compressor?
It's a really good one. It's only 40 years old.
This runs the good stuff.
I do have some of the good stuff in stock.
Not
for
get
sale.
cold, man.
I love the sound of these wrenches.
They're fast too. Is that an impact socket you're using?
Shut up. Tensioner. Let's see, where'd all those impact sockets go?
On the other side of the board. Like there's something cool to have.
All right, this is where the water jacket or whatever this thing's called, distribution block. Part number 496. I don't remember. All right. Take off this nice oil filter. It's probably the nicest part on this truck. Actually, I think I put nice injectors in here when I first got it because I had like a spare set of, I think, like Dynamite Diesel
injectors.
Stage 2 injectors. I think. I can't remember, but
so they might still be good.
Yeah. So this really doesn't have to come off. It's kind of part of the block. Separate from the head. Should we take it off anyway so they can see? Yeah, let's take it off. We're doing a complete teardown.
You have until 9 o'clock.
What time is it?
9 o'clock.
Is it really?
It's 15 till.
We're almost there. Yeah. Dude, those guys can like rebuild a motor in like a matter of hours. I don't know about minutes, but oh, yes. So this is where all the oil gets pumped through. Yeah, exciting. So this side is done. I'm gonna take this off.
The block heater?
Yeah.
My truck had one. I've had my truck for 5 years. I just figured it out this year how to use it. And that it actually had one pre-installed.
Alright, other side.
Sorry, mother.
This is where the thermostat hides out. There it is. Okay. Electronics, don't need you. Okay. Time.
One more some dough. Let me just bend it out.
No, don't.
There's one. More.
Ocho más.
Oh, this fucking stinks.
What, diesel?
Ugh, just that oil.
Alright, so this is the Bosch VE rotary pump. Child's plaything. It's a good little pump. You just can't get a whole lot of power out of it. So, not being used again.
Here's the difference.
Yeah, so here's
Bosch.
what we were talking about. So this has the 3 studs on this plate, whatever this thing's called, I can't remember. And this is where the P pump mounts. Much more robust. It's got 4 studs. And
Robust.
anyways, yeah, so that's the difference. 4, 3,
2, 1.
oh. So I'll take this guy off. Oh,
What's that, diesel?
yeah, I just ran not too long ago.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so, which is cheese in Spanish. So the lift pump on these guys runs off of the cam. right in there. See, there's one of the lobes is right there. You probably can't see it very well. But there's a plunger right here. It just goes up and down. Run back there. See this? This just sits on top of the cam. And every time that lobe comes around,
I feel like that would wear out real quick.
it just goes boop.
Pump, pump, pump.
Pump, 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 pump.
Like my Nikes back in the day. Gotta pump them up.
LA gear.
LA gear. BK Nights. Fila.
Alright, so we're getting real close. We're just about to take the head off. There's 4 different rows. There's this row, this row, this row, and this row. And really, if we cared about this head too much, we would follow the reverse pattern of how you're supposed to torque it down. But this is probably not going back on the truck. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take out the injectors because these are actually like nice injectors. They're Dynamite Diesel. I think they're stage 2. So granted, they're not going to be usable on this truck because we're going with a different style head, one that's compatible with the P-pump. They are a little bit different. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and yank those out and finish taking the head off. Oh yeah, dude, this thing's rusted to pieces down there. This was the cylinder that was leaking for sure. Yeah, go ahead and stop. And take all these out real quick. So the let's see,
Different lengths.
Yep. We're not using any of them anyways. Let's get an ARP head stud because we're cool. So when I go to lift this, just keep an eye out on these push rods because technically we should take these off.
That takes time, money.
Being we don't have either of.
Name the movie reference. What are you grabbing? You're grabbing this. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's looked at my belt. All right.
The injector.
You can sit down. Got steel toes. Let's take a look inside this bad boy.
Cylinder walls look alright.
I really don't look too well. Yeah,
For having 500,000 miles on it.
it's pretty tired. You see any spots where water was like going through?
Don't look like it.
I think
This is the worst looking
I
one
think this was the one.
because it's got rust all the way up to this side wall.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this guy was leaking.
But the rest of them look okay enough. This one maybe a little bit right there, but it's not that close.
Yeah, this injector is like not coming out. Ta-da!
Now we can become Shawman and throw those to see how well your motor's going to perform in the next race. Throw them bones! Throw them bones! Oh, you're screwed.
Oh no. Okay, well, let's try and get this injector out. All right, guys. Well, that's about as far as we're gonna wrap this thing up. I'm pretty well dirty. I think I'm about done. We did find that the rear cylinder, you can't really tell here, but let me go grab the head gasket. That cylinder was leaking pretty bad. We kind of wiped it off, but you could see like the material here's, well, it was leaking through in this rear cylinder, and that's why this injector And you can kind of see the rust down there. It's not really coming out, but really doesn't matter because all that we're going to use on this thing is probably the block. I really think that's going to end up being it.
Why don't you just use that other block?
Dude, it's all rusted. This one's pretty rusted too, though. I think it's only had water for coolant for the past 5 years. But, yeah, we'll get it cleaned up. Tomorrow or this weekend or at some point, I'll flip it over. I'll put it on an actual engine stand. Take the bottom end out for you guys.
Those piston heads look so weird.
Yep. But that's the inside of a 12-valve Cummins. Alright, I know it's kind of hard to see, but you guys can see these little pieces of metal right here moving up and down. You got your push rods that sit in there, and as your cam rolls around, it just pushes up on this push rod, and that's what opens and closes your valves. And I kind of forgot that I put like some really good parts on here. Alright, there's the crankshaft. I'm gonna go ahead and take this bad dog out. Got the oil pan off. Alright, we're getting close. I just took off the rear main seal housing. I think the crankshaft and pistons and piston rods should just lift out now. Here comes the cam. Come on. And presto. Alright guys, I'm just about wrapped up. You know, my little engine stand that I made so you guys could see how the engine works while it's running and kind of opened up. I'll never do that again. It made it so hard to like actually take this thing apart. Just put it on a normal engine stand from day one if you're ever gonna do this. But just we're about there, just pulling the pistons out. I'll show you guys what it looks like as soon as I get it all done. Alright, well there it is, about as disassembled as it's gonna get. It's completely opened up. Bottom side's completely open. So I just gotta get it cleaned up. There's still a couple small pieces I gotta take off, like this guy. I'll probably take out that. That's where you check the oil. Needs a new tube. Other than that, that's about it. Alright guys, well, that about brings us to the end of this video. I am done working on the 12-valve for tonight. It took a little bit longer than I wanted it to. And the reason I started working on it was because I ordered some parts for the suspension for that, and I haven't got them yet. I'm not sure what's taking so long. I don't know if it's the mail or if they got lost or stolen. I should probably call them, see what's going on. But I started working on it because I'm very familiar with the 12-valve. They're not that complicated, and I can rebuild them. And so the engine definitely needs to be rebuilt. It had about 500,000 miles on it. And you could tell it was just tired. So if you guys can do me a big solid, like, subscribe, share with your amigos, hit that notification button so you guys can continue to see the progress on Big Stinky. And we'll see you guys next time.